Welcome back to Troy Drone Flights, and I'm Troy, and yes, I have another unboxing video of another product, Master Air Screw Props for the DJI Mini 2. And yes, they are coming, one of my favorite drone accessory product makers for the DJI drones. As you know, in my last video, I did a unboxing of the Master Air Screw Props, which came in the Smurf blue for the Air 2S drone. And you know, you can go check that video out if you want. And I just thought that they were great, awesome props. It really set my drone up and set it off and made it look very distinct. Well, now I have props for the Mini 2, and I have them in orange though. And I'm gonna basically do an unboxing and an installation on video so you guys can see firsthand how to install these onto the Mini 2 and what actually comes in the box. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you guys already know that I'm very much familiar with Master Air Screw Props at this particular moment. This is my second set for another drone that I have, and this is for the DJI Mini 2. The first set that I picked up was for the Air 2S, and I'm very much pleased with the actual installation and with the actual product of those particular props. And to be quite honest, I'm really much becoming a big fan of Master Air Screw Props. But without further ado, let's get into the unboxing of these props for the DJI Mini 2. See what comes in the box. Let's open this thing up. Okay, here we go. So, no pouch. With the Air 2S props, they came with a white pouch, and apparently with the Mini 2 props from Master Air Screw, they apparently do not come with anything other than what's in the box here that you can see on the table. So what do you get here, right? You're going to get a proprietary screwdriver that you're going to need to unscrew the actual props from the actual motors on the actual drone. What else do you get here? You're going to get some new screws that Master Air Screw put in the box with their props. And of course, you're going to get the actual props themselves. Like I said, these are orange, and the reason why I got orange was because my drone case that I use to carry my Mini 2 in is orange. But also, I bought maybe last year this DJI Mini graphics that I was using on my Mini 1, and it came with an extra one. And being that the Mini 1 and the Mini 2 is pretty much the same body frame and structure, I was actually able to use this same type of graphic on the Mini 2, and I just enjoyed it. I just think that it sets it off, and I just like the look of it. And I thought that with orange props, it'll just make the drone stand out that much better. So let's get it to the actual props. And of course, you're going to get 8 props in total, right? You're going to have 2 props on each motor. So they accompanied 8 props in total. Like in the last video, I'm going to check each prop for any kind of wear and tear. And I'm also going to bring the props as close as possible as I can to you guys so you can get an idea of the actual color, because they're not really a glossy orange. They're more like a matte orange color, not as reflective, but just reflective enough. And I kind of like that. I'm glad that it wasn't too glossy, and I'm glad that it has that kind of matte finish. And that looks pretty good. Really enjoy that. Okay. Let's check these other props just to make sure they are up to snuff. There's no, default defects or anything like that to each prop. And I just want to make sure that that's not the case. Now, so you guys won't be confused, in case you go out and buy these for the Mini 2, you might be wondering, well, how do you know which motor to install these on? And it's very simple, easy to know and to identify which one. Because what Master Air Screw did was, they put a line right at the top there. I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up, but they put a line right at the top there that's going to be able to pick up, maybe if my camera picks it up, but there's like a line right there that's going to let you know where to install these particular props on what particular engine, what particular motor, excuse me. And on these, they don't have a line. And they separated them purposely so that you'll know which motor to install these on the Mini 2. So here's the Mini 2, of course. And you might be wondering, well, why do you have your registration number on your Mini 2? Well, because when I fly my Mini 2, I have a whole bunch of equipment on it, such as accessories, landing gears, strobe light. Sometimes I fly with prop guards. So that's going to render this Mini 2, when flown most of the time, to be over 250 grams. So to be flying within regulation of the FAA, I decided just to put my, FAA, number on the side here, just in case for, legal purposes, I crash or something like that. I, have contact with law enforcement and they want to make sure that my drone is legally able to be flown, that I'm, I have my bases covered. And I also registered my Mini 2 as well. You don't have to, because it's a sub 250 drone, but once you add all of the other accessories to it, it's going to be over 250. So you don't have to do that, by the way. But like I said, with the Mini 2, with the OEM props, like I mentioned on the Master Air Screw props, they put that line on their props to let you know which motor to install them on. And as you can see here, the Mini 2 have the same line that's on their props, and you just put that particular prop on that particular motor, matching the same particular prop motor that you're taking it off. Makes it fairly simple, so you don't have to guess, well, which one do I put it on, which one I don't put it on. Let's get to the actual screwdriver. Now, Master Air Screw, they were so fortunate enough to include screws, but I'm sure you could have used the DJI screws, the OEM screws, but they've also included their own screws, which are a polished steel, looks like, for the most part, if my finger could ever stop focusing, like a polished steel screw, which I don't mind. Whereas with the OEM, it looked like it's the same kind of screw. But without further ado, let's get into the removal of these actual props. and get master air screw props on. And this is fairly simple. It's not hard to do. I remember doing this with my Mini 1. I don't know if you guys, whoever watching this video right now, if you watch some of my older content that I've made, especially my 2020 content, where I was flying my Mini 1 a lot, I had gave my Mini 1 a nickname. I called it the Patriot because I had white and blue props, and I had red motor caps that went over the motor, and I just like the red, white, and blue theme that I had going for it, and that's why I called it the Patriot. And I just remember, you know, swapping out the props and using the screwdriver. And using the screwdriver now just brought back a memory when I would be doing that last year. It's been a while since I had to unscrew props from an actual drone, because you know, with the Air 2S and the Air 2 and the FPV drone that I have, even including the Exo drone Ranger that I have, you don't have to screw in the props. It's more like you just push down and twist, and that's how you install the actual props on the actual drone, on those drones. But these, the minis, you have to actually screw them in still, which I'm fine with. I don't have no issue screwing them in. Like, it's not really a big deal to me. Some people, you know, some people still have an issue with that. And look, it's a sub 250 drone. It's a very popular drone. It's the Mini 2 is no longer DJI's cheaper drone. They came out with the mini drone, and it's basically a Mini 1, and I believe that's the cheapest drone that they have on the market at the moment. All right, so as you can see, we have one prop on, ready to go. Ready to go. And we're gonna go over to the other prop and uninstall these. And this is, you know, like I said, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I've really been looking to buy some accessories for the Mini 2, but I really don't know what more I really need at this point, to be quite honest. I have landing gear, I have already strobe light, I bought the DJI proprietary bag, which I did a video on here. I have a DJI, not DJI, a hard case for the Mini 2 already. I really don't know what more accessories that I really need to really get at this particular moment for this drone. I mean, at this point in time, it's pretty much, you know, maybe I can get some motor caps for the props, like I did with the Mini 1. Probably get some black motor caps or rotor caps, whatever you want to call it, and have like that orange prop, black caps with the DJI graphic, gray body. I think that'll probably make this drone stand out. You know, because I just, there's a few places that I've gone already, and I've met up with other drone enthusiasts, and they had a Mini and a Mini 2, and well, everyone's drone, you kind of make it your own, and there are differences where you can tell, yours from another's. For the most part, they kind of look the same, but I'm just really trying to, make mine really look that much different. And all right, so we got 4 props on, 4 to go, and this is going pretty well. Real simple stuff, guys. You can do this yourself. This isn't, you don't need to be like a drone technician. Just have a solid workstation, well-lit area. Master air screw. They were fortunate enough to put in a screwdriver, but I have a mini screwdriver of this nature already, so I would have been prepared regardless. But I was very fortunate that Master air screw were able to put this screwdriver in there with it, because a lot of people don't have all the equipment or accessories that seasoned drone enthusiasts like myself have. Especially if this is your first drone, why would you have any of these accessories? You don't know what you're going to be facing technically, and until you get your first drone, then you get your second drone. It's about until you get your second drone, I think, at least that's what it took for me, to really realize that, okay, I kind of got a general basis of what's going on here in this industry, in this hobby, and what's going on and what to expect. And I started to get comfortable with, doing things myself. Like, I'm comfortable to the point now where when I fly, you don't have to log every flight, but I check the area to see if it's a legal space to fly. I log my flight in my logbook, my intentions, my time, the particular drone that I'm flying, the length of the flight. I prepare my launch pad. I do all of the, my girl say when she's with me, when we go out, I kind of go above and beyond. She says, like, I'm doing too much. And I'm like, well, when you're just into a hobby that you really enjoy, you just, it might seem like a lot to people that aren't really into the hobby, but, oh, nope, I installed that wrong. If you're into it, you're into it, and you're gonna, I even bought, these reflective strips to put on the actual landing pad, so at night, when your strobe light is bouncing off of the landing pad, those strips will illuminate the pad even more. And like I said, I'm just, maybe I do go above and beyond a little bit too much, but I just, like I said, I just love the hobby. I love flying drones. Like, once I got into it, it's just so relaxing to me. I'm also going to start taking my okay, so this screw here, for whatever reason, is giving me a problem. So I'm not going to continue to try to do that, because this screw here, okay, so this screw here, we're not going to use it. So let's see if we can go on to another screw. And okay. Like I said, I'm gonna use my FPV more, because I think it's a great drone. Just gonna start flying it more. Okay, so I got that guy here. I don't know why that prop here was giving me hell just now, but I got it on. And the last one. Last one. Yeah, I think it's this screw. Whatever's up with this screw, master air screw, one of your screws are just off centered for whatever reason. It's just defective. And wait. Did we get it in? Got that bad boy in there. That bad boy is in there. Yes, he is. All right, guys. So we have 8 props on the DJI Mini 2. Now, Master Air Screw alleges that you're going to get more flight time. You're going to get, allegedly, more agility. You're going to get a lower decibel sound with these drones, and that, they actually are better than the OEM props. That's to be discussed in a review video of these particular props. But I want to say thank you. Please subscribe to Troy Drone Flights. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more content here at Troy Drone Flights, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.